parents, they have raised some concerns where they feel left out in the same process. Have you been engaging the parents in the implementation to make them understand what the education sector is looking at like now?
That's a very good question. You know that parents are represented by the PTCs, which
Yes.
are the parents teacher committees that are in schools.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a process that one, we started with head teachers of both private and the public schools. Next, we are orienting the teachers. The next that we are going to do is we are going to have a meeting with both the head teachers and the parents, so that they have the information, and they should also know how they should do work. Remember, the secretary of the PTC is the head teacher, and the chairperson comes from the community to represent the community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's been concerns like the it's a disturbance on the child, on the pupil, and those are the concerns raised by parents. How is it in any ways a disturbance to the pupils? Is it going to affect the pupils as we begin the implementation?
The new curriculum, I can say it is a gift that the new government has given to our Zambian children.
Mm-hmm.
And when we hear um, information from the public that the new curriculum is going to disturb our learners, I don't agree. And maybe if we can also find time to find out from those that lived before ourselves, those that went to school before, they
Mm-hmm.
will tell you that the new curriculum that the new government has introduced is the best, and that is going to help our education system to improve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how many years will it take for the old curriculum to be phased out completely? Since you're saying it's a process, you will not phase it out just there and then. It's a process. How is it going? How long is it going to take?
Okay. The arrangement is that by 2028, the old curriculum will phase out in almost in all our schools, both private and public. How are we going to do it? And that's where maybe I need to explain.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Remember, I said grade ones are going to start the new curriculum this year.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 years from now. 3 years from now will be 2028, and those learners will be in grade three, and grade three, that is where the lower section is going to end according to our new curriculum,
Mm-hmm.
and grade four, the upper section starts. So when these learners will reach grade three, they will move into grade four, and grade four they will continue with the new curriculum. So those who are in grade two now,
Mm-hmm.
this year in 2025, next year 2026 they'll be in grade three.
Mm-hmm.
The other year 2027 they will be in grade four, and that other year in 2028 they will write their first exam
Mm-hmm.
in grade 6. You remember the new curriculum states that the first exam at a primary will be at grade
Grade
6.
six.
So meaning at this primary section we are done.
Okay.
We go to the secondary is secondary section. 2025, our learners are in Form 1. 2026, they will be in Form 2. 2027, they will be in Form 3. 2028, they will be in Form 4, and that's when they will write their final exam to go and do A levels. So
Okay.
you've seen how government has managed to arrange things so
Mm-hmm.
that slowly every year there will be a grade that will be dropping from the old curriculum to accommodate the new curriculum. So next year in 2026, we are going to have grade 1 and grade 2. We are also going to have early childhood, grade 1 and grade 2, because those that we've picked in form 1, I mean grade 1 this year, they will go into grade 2. So we are going to have early childhood, grade 1 and grade 2. At secondary section, we are going to have Form 1 and Form 2. Remember those that we've accepted in Form 1 this year, they will be in Form 2 next year. Form 2 next year. And then who accommodate another grade of another class of Form 1 with the new curriculum. So every year as we will be moving, one grade will be dropping to accommodate the new curriculum.
Okay. Our listeners, it is a phone-in program and the call line is open. The number is 0761 for your call as well as your text message. And I'm Kwateli Pusho, in your curriculum. The Debs is in the house. He's here to respond to all your queries. So this is the time you've been waiting for. So you can just write that question down and call us. The Debs will respond to that query. That is 0761 we were discussing the issue of exams, and you're saying the new curriculum exams will be starting at grade 6.
Yes.
And we already have grade 7s in place. Are we going to have 2 exams this year?
No. It is in 2028 when we are going to have 2 exams. One exam under the new curriculum and another exam under the old curriculum, because it will be a year when we'll be phasing out the old curriculum. Next year, the learners will write grade 7. Next year, the learners will write grade 9. Next year, the learners will write grade 12. Even the other year, it will be the same until we reach 2028. In 2028, that's when we are going to have 2 exams. Remember, in 2028, these that we've accepted in Form 1 will be in Form 4, and in Form 4 they will be writing their final exam of a Form 4. Yes.
Okay. And we have the private schools in place and also the government, and mostly some of these private schools have their one way or two way different from the public schools of doing things, and also that is teaching the pupils. How are you ensuring that they stick to the new curriculum to ensure that even when a child has been recruited to a government school, there's no problem in between?
My sister, the interest is not about a private or public school. The interest is Zambian child.
Yes.
The government is doing this for the sake of giving quality education to a Zambian child. So our colleagues from the public schools are working hand in hand, and allow me to take this opportunity to thank the association, the Private Schools Association, who have been working hand in hand with ourselves to make sure that they also get the right information to make sure that our children are not left out. There will be no child that will be left out. We will be moving together and making sure that both a child from a government school and a child from a public school, a private school, receives the right information on the new curriculum.
Okay, we have a caller. Hello, good morning. Mukaya mashina noko baritumina.
Nibo Nelson exam time.
Mukaya Nelson.
Inyo curriculum ife bwino bwena basi inyo boninga mwana pope finli opo bafuye na feno kusinja ko baka chifi kwa ma subject panja mama subject ati abomza no kuya bomza chamu mwana atita behavior kwa jamtoa kwa panda njoro kupo na techi bali ponanga abafe ajali taking a very important subject ile nyade mba Eh,
Okay. Bala was
eh,
Kamkwai.
okay, okay.
Thank you. 0761541414 is the number you're calling, as well as for your text message to back to Minapale 0761541414 and number to Lewonpia. Now, Kwateri Shopali new curriculum. We have the depths in the house to respond to all your queries. You may respond to that question.
Um, we appreciate the previous caller. I think that's the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
I think I talked in my preamble. I talked about time at school. I think I also talked about the subjects at school. If I didn't, then I can explain details about the subject. What the new curriculum is talking about is talking about reduced years in a primary and the secondary school. I think even at tertiary level, the years have been reduced. I said a lower section is from grade 1 up to grade 3.
Mm-hmm.
Upper section is from grade 4 up to grade 6. Secondary is from Form 1 up to Form 4. Remember before, a lower section was from grade 1 up to grade 4. And the upper section was from grade 5 up to grade 7. So in the new curriculum, we have no grade 7. It has been scrapped off. And at a secondary level, we have no grade 12, which we used to call grade 12 is no longer there. It is the same even with the subjects. The subjects that the children will be looking at are subjects that are specific and subjects that will help the Zambian child. Remember, English stands, mathematics stands, sciences stands, and with the sixth subject, the child will be only allowed to take one option subject, which a child can decide to either take or not. So we've also reduced the subjects, and the other subjects are not necessary in this country. I don't know, as a journalist, if I ask you a simple question, how many how much information have you used in this studio to from what you learned? The Mporokoso, the Mississippi River, the river now, all those things we are saying, they are not necessary because they waste our children time, and they also waste they've not brought any development to this country. So we want to teach our learners information that will help them even when they leave school, and that's the interest of this government, to teach our learners skills. Let's teach our learners skills that will help them when they grow up.
Okay, 0761541414 is the number you're calling, as well as for your text message. But previous caller Bachilando Kwebati, is there a need to maintain the number of subjects Savana Basambidila, or maybe there's also needs to the needs to scrap off some subjects to ensure yache pako ayambi tayaba useful, like the previous caller has stated. Before you respond to that, we have a caller. Hello, good morning. Mkwaya mashina noko baletumina. Mkwaya.
Muchivemba namwena vaishako kulondora pantu kwenamo toachinachivanachikasana namwachimwene akareso twaresambirira 6 subjects ore 6 subjects ufile wapata muchinzi chitatu ishoro ndakwata certificate kuya kumjanji yomba pali noishita ine mulera ndani karekera mulera nde mwevene ndishani nangu musambirisa yamachisa vyara vashani pantu kuti kwaisaisaringe chintu vamwe vanhu vari vamasiorena indi pakuti vese vachipokerera pakuti vase vachifambise ive portion vari muna akareya masuro kwave vamasiorena vari vachibereka pakutwara vantu vaishoka vakura vatambisha komba pari inonshita kwafabika peonseke mumo Isikurumu ine mtibwe. Kama bali hii sana mbele mulera ndia ni yaisa. Kwa fundisho ishwana kwa kula kiashi. Masrolena. Nareka mkwai.
Katotela Mkwai. 0761541414 is the number you're calling, as well as for your text message. We have another one. Hello, good morning. Mkwai mwabuka shani.
Mwisho kujikai.
Au natuka febo na mashino kubaletu mina.
Joseph Kondo ntumira ku Parkland.
Go ahead.
Ba attempts na kuposha ni muli bwanje.
Bwino bwanje ba parent batu
Makondo
emukwaye.
ziko. Naye nilifuna kuonjezera hapo pali vamene nze akamba hapo mnyamata pangani ama subject monga muzambia ma subject yanapakisa that's why ikambi mumaona ati bana siwa machitabu ino busy ma subject ni ambili mani almost kaya di 12 ka ni 10 nifacha ni vonze bafani ngacheba chosako beta kwa English mathematics na chani nangwe na science na option immoja yangatia alifo munaona ku vyaro vya wazungu wanzatu watenga tema subject pamene afuna kuchita ndi pamene azaendera kuchikulu manje muzambia ni wote masubject orovunze ivo nangu uvipase kulibena kwa mimi viza kupeleka mona ufuna ungaka ninisi kanga nitisa so anyway vanambera chenzeru mwanje ma subject vafanika varanganepo bwinobwino vayapwezeko chena nguyankale chefo vinapakisa
Thank you so much.
zone.
Okay, 0761541414 is the number you're calling, as well as for your text message. You may respond to the questions, starting with Wushe Kwabo Funyako ya Mama subjects.
I think when you hear both callers, they are just talking about the issue of subjects.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Like what I said, the subjects have been reduced.
Oh, okay.
It's just exactly what they are calling for is what government has done. We have reduced the subjects. Before, the children were asked to write 7, 8, sometimes even 9 subjects.
Mm-hmm.
But in the current curriculum, we have reduced the subjects to 6. Only 6. And
from 9 to 6.
6, yes. And 1 is optional.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you choose whatever you want to do, either it's home economics, history, geography, yes.
Okay.
And then lower section, we've only reduced the subjects to 3.
Mm-hmm.
So what we don't want is to give too much work to our learners, and also making the children learn things that are not going to help them in future.
Mm-hmm.
Like what the caller said, one of the callers said, we want information that our children will go and use when they grow up and when they go out in the community. My sister, not everyone will be given a white collar job.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the fact. That we cannot say government must employ everyone. But we want to give skills
Mm-hmm.
to our learners so that our learners who, when they come out of school or they graduate, they'll go to the council and ask for contracts that they will do to supply desks because they will have the skill.
Mm-hmm.
Then, or they'll go to the council and say, okay, we want to build a classroom. They will be dealing with, the council will be dealing with learners that have skills, not dealing with learners that have a good certificate but they don't have skills.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, before we used to graduate, or you leave school in grade 12 and then go and start afresh to learn skills.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have a caller. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Your name and where you're calling us from?
Patrick, I'm calling you from Kalushi, Kopagayot.
Go ahead.
Yes, that's just my contribution.
concerning the same curriculum change. I just wanted to find out if the new curriculum they have considered the introduction of technical subjects that can help us more, especially to our the young ones.
Okay.
And if possible, if they have put in place some equipment to use in school, so that at least as they learn, they are practicing it at school. For instance, metal work, office practice, some subjects that will help them to apply in our daily life.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. 0761 541414 is the number you're calling, as well as for your text message. If you have any question, you have any contribution on the new curriculum, this is the time and the Deeps will be able to respond. We have a caller. Hello, good morning. I'm quite machine no kubale tumina. Go ahead. Balami askam kwai. Thank you. 0761 541414 is the number you're calling, as well as for your text message. 0761 541414. Hello, good morning. Reduce the volume on your radio set. Your name and where you're calling us from.
The issue of curriculum or subject change, I was asking if the new curriculum has considered the technical subjects, the introduction of technical subjects, and if at all, the measures have been put in place to start identifying students who are good in some subjects at tender age or at nursery level. Thank you.
Thank you. 0761 541414 is the number you're calling, as well as for your text message. You may respond to the question.
The first question, I think the Mr. Mchanga was talking about technical subjects. I think what he was talking about is exactly what is in the new curriculum. You remember I said English is there, then mathematics is there, and the sciences. Those sciences, you remember we have technical schools. On the Copper Belt, we have Chiwala is a STEM school. STEM school simply means schools of those schools that are taking science and mathematics, specialized schools. And then in Kitwe, we have Ellen Kaunda, and we also have Mkuba. We have Undola Tech. Those schools that are called Tech. Those are schools that are managing or that are taking technical subjects. And government has spent a lot, and government will continue spending. The interest of government is to give our Zambian child a quality education. Those subjects that are not going to help, or those subjects that have not been helping us, I think we've decided that those subjects must be optional. We can't completely remove them, but there are some learners that may have an interest in them. Then they'll pick them as optional. Then GCE and grade 9 external. These will continue up to 2028. Remember, 2028, we are going to have 2 exams. One exam under new curriculum and one exam under old curriculum. After 2028, there will be no exam. There will be no exam at grade 9.
There will be no GCE.
No, GCE will be there. Remember,
Okay.
there will be an exam at Form 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so those that who fail at Form 4 will be given another chance to write an exam at Form 4, just like the way we are doing now with grade 12. But there will be no grade 9.
Mm-hmm.
And there will be no exam at grade 9. So there will be no grade 9 external because there will be no exam at grade 9. So there will be no grade 9 external because there will be no exam at grade 9. But GCU will continue because at the end of Form 4, the learners will be asked to write an exam. Those that will fail will be asked to come back and rewrite.
That's coming back to grade 3.
No. Coming back to write at
Okay, so like when somebody fails at 6, the exam that's
they
6,
will repeat.
that's
Though
back to grade 3,
no,
or just there.
grade 6, because remember, even in the new curriculum, we don't have automatic progression.
Oh, okay.
The learners will not progress to Form 1 without qualifying, without passing. They need to pass.
Okay, so there's been a concern from parents, but then andokweba mwana ngapo na pa grade 6, they'll repeat back ikunu maku grade 3.
Awe.
How true is that?
No, that's not true. That's why I'm saying there's a lot of information on the ground about
Yes.
the new curriculum, and I'm happy that you invited our office to come and explain. Though time may not be enough, but we'll continue explaining. And I think we also want to ask from the church leadership, so that maybe 10 minutes, 5 minutes in the church, Debs or any other officer from Debs office can go and explain. So on the repeating, the child at grade 6 who has failed grade 6 exam will not repeat to grade 3. The child will repeat to the same grade 6, just like the way it is now, but no automatic progression. Sure.
Okay. Well, there's also a rumor that maybe we've seen on social media, people are sharing that teaching in local languages has been scrapped off in the new curriculum. How true is that?
Very true. Very, very true. And I want to recommend our colleagues from private schools. They did not accept that directive of teaching learners using the local language from early childhood up to grade 4. I want to recommend them for that. This country is one Zambia, one nation. We are saying it's one Zambia, one nation. I may be here. I come from Northwestern Province. I'm on the Copper Belt. And then a person from Chipata, a person from Mongu, the person is I can work from wherever I want to work from, wherever my services are needed. Now we need to start this from the grassroots.
Okay.
Why? We don't want a situation where I am employed as a teacher. I go to Zambezi and they ask me to teach in Lubale, and I don't know Lubale. Or I'm taken to Mwinlunga and then I'm asked to teach in Lunda, but I am from Chipata. So the arrangement in the new curriculum is that all the grades from early childhood up to Form 4, the language of instruction will be English.
Okay.
Yes.
And what mechanisms are in place to monitor the success of the new curriculum?
We have a standards department. Yes. People don't know that there are two offices at Deb's office. There's the standards, there's also administration. Debs is in charge of administration, but I also supervise the standards. But the person in charge of standards is the DESO, with the SOGI, who is in charge of general inspection, and other two SO. So standards is there to make sure that they monitor and making sure that the new curriculum is being implemented in both private and public schools.
Okay. I have a caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Larissa.
Your name and where you're calling us from?
My name is Francis Cheshe, calling within Kitwe.
Go ahead.
Nachirafu okwipushako bushe apo bachiranda chabana bari bwekesha nimbona kuri ukubara bari pirishe ndara mapati ku private busheri na bena ni free education nangu bena nishi bafuidi bari pira natotera
Bala baskamkai. Okay, 0761 541414 is the number you're calling, as well as for your text message. That's 0761 541414 is the number you're calling. You may pick the question.
Government reintroduced free education in 2022, and it was left open for you, my sister, to decide whether to take your child to a private school or a public school. If you have enough money to pay for your child, you can take your child to a private school. But where you want your child to be at a public school, you are welcome. Now, when a child is repeating at grade 7, no payment must be done in public schools only. I will repeat that. Mkwai nga mulebwesha omwana alipo na grade 7 mulemubwesha pa skulu takuli ukulipirako nangu wanungwe nga mulemutwala omwana muma skulu ya government. But nga mwacha decide kweba chi abo omwana wandende nfo okumutwala ku private school. A private school bali kwata emitengo shabo, and there you need to pay. When you are dealing with government nga mule chita deal na ifo fwe baba mu buteko, it is for free. But nga mwamutwala omwana ku private school, there you need to go and pay.
Okay, I'm sure the question was ababalebwekesha, like the GCE from primary level. They are taught to pay for tuition, exam fee, and the like. This is where the question is coming from. Is it free education, or how is it? How is the process?
Thank you. There's no free education ku grade 9 external na ku GCE. Remember, basista kweba ati omwana bali kale bamulipira ba government palipira odepo bayishire mulipira, like this year, last year, the other year, 2022, abana from 2022 government has been paying for school fees and examinations, but the policy says nga mwapona pa grade 9 pakubwesha mufuire mwalipira a very minimal fee. Abalefu okwishima madite kuchibayisa ipusha ku office balondora very minimal. Imagine versus 25 kwacha per subject. 25 kwacha. Pa grade 12 na pena nichimo chine government yali milipirira. After ya milipirira mwapona pakubwesha, it is now your own arrangement between that school, the center of that school, and yourself. So you need to pay at least something to help Examination Council of Zambia process and print question papers for yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
0761 541414. Hello, good morning. Mkwaya mashina noko bale tumina. Mkwaya.
Therefore, I'm Jipsheko. Abana no private. Ngaya pasa. Mtwala ku government school. Wena kuya mkulipira?
Ngafuma ku private school aya ku government school?
Atisina abapachire grade 7 bali ya form 1. So pakumutwala pakutengiri oko ku government school. Nishkulipira?
Bala aska mkwaya. Thank you. 0761 541414 is the number you're calling, as well as for your text message. You may pick the question.
Mkwai nalabweka shapo abana bonse tuletwala mu maskulu ya government ekwabo kulipira. Ababa pashire nga bali ku private nomba baleya ku government kutwala fyo omwana takwabo kulipira. nga kuli abaleelipisha, then they are not doing what government wants. Therefore ilefwaya government ilefwaya okweba ati umwana okumuleeta ku school, ku government school and learn for free. So mukwai ili pusho ukwasuka kwa kweba ati nga namukwata omwana owali ku private nomba mule mutwala ku government mutwala enifye tekwaba okulipira. Mkwai.
Okay. 0761541414. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Balansheko mkwaya mashina no kubaletumina. Go ahead.
Mkwai. And then so if you feel balanda ba de go 25 water the number one angalele ba 3 sub nishinga kumona ya matusho.
Okay, balas kamkwai. Okay, 0761541414 is the number you're calling, as well as for your text message. Very soon to Alai Sala call line, you may come through and ask your question. 0761541414 is the number you are calling. We also have text messages, and this one is saying, okay, if you that exams will be grade 6, does it mean that takwakabe grade 7? Okay, this is the question coming from Robert from Kitwe. Okay, so Robert also says, my question is that do those grade 9s who failed to make it to grade 10, are they going to pay when they repeat? Okay, I'm sure you've answered this question. We have a caller. Hello, good morning. Okay, we lost that one. You may pick those questions.
Okay, ama centers or to touch ama examination centers aba in charge ama centers ma head teachers who are called chairpersons of centers.
Okay.
So nga mwana nga alelemba ama subject yatatu kabiyeni kuli ba center chairperson much they find out bala mipela ama fees and how you are supposed to pay. Because ba debs tebe ne ba center yaba mu minwe ya chairperson na babene bonse fya bakwata ama centers, whether ni police na ku prison nga mwali kwata center, the center does not belong to you. The center belongs to the chairperson, who is the head teacher of that particular school.
But do you negotiate with the same chairperson to ensure that the prices are not exaggerated?
How you know, there's a circular. They are regulated in both private and government schools. Takwaba ku government, ku government achi mutengo umbi, ku private na kwena kwa ribo mutengo umbi awe. We have regulated. So the same price ku private is the same na ku government. Udawe no mutengo babika ku government mutengo mufire mwayali pira na ku private school. So negotiation tapaba because shirendalama nga bapoka shirendalama shali ba audited. So nga bayasanga okweba ati mwali kweta abana 200 mu GCE ero mwasanga okweba ati ndalama mwapokere shali less, it will be a query.
Okay.
Nga mwatu asanga okweba ati mwalirunda ko mutengo indalama shafula, auditor general will query you to say nish mwapokere indalama machine. You are using government to get money from the public. Grade 7 if mulela ndokweba ati takwaka exam ikaba mu grade 6, does it mean takwaka be grade 7? Na chilanda kwa ati in the new curriculum there is no form 5, there is no grade 7.
Okay.
Naba funyako. New curriculum ku primary kufika fa grade 6. Ku secondary kufika fa form 4 mwalemba exam. Ila exam twalelemba mu form 5. I mean mu grade 12 tukalayilemba mu form 4. But remember, I think I also want to explain this. Kukaba na form 5 na form 6. Now, form 5 na form 6 finish ma A levels. ayama A levels yakweba ati balia abalefu okuchita degree. You remember kale degree twalechita 4 years. Diploma twalechita 3 years. But because of the A levels, diploma tukalachita 2 years. Bafunyako 1 year.
Okay.
Degree tukalachita 3 years. Bafunyako 1 year. Certificate takwa abana baifunyako.
Okay. We are talking about quality of education and also improving the education sector. Away from the curriculum, we still have the issues of overcrowded classes. How are you addressing that issue? And also, we have issues of a lack of shortage of infrastructure. Classrooms are not adequate enough to accommodate these pupils. How are we addressing this issue? This is 2025.
Very good question.
Okay.
I'll explain in 2 minutes.
Okay.
What we first of all wanted to do or to find out is, do we have learners or children that are in the community that are not accessing education? And we discovered that yes, we have a lot of children who did not access education because their parents were failing to pay for their school fees. Currently, Kitwe is standing at 19,600 learners. 19,600 learners abashaleya ku school ababwerere ku school. Now we understand, and we have a challenge of enrollment and also a challenge of furniture, desks where they should sit. Allow me to take this opportunity to appreciate the local authority. The local authority in Kitwe have done very, very, very well in terms of infrastructure. Muri last year 2024, twaishire pendo kweba ati bakanso baishire tupera about 22 projects mu Ministry of Education. So natulundako ama classes. And not only that, the council has also helped us through CDF ukutupela ama desks. Today, almost every day, we are receiving desks, 200, 150, 400 desks. That is the arrangement of government. When you start a policy, it comes with its own challenges. But these are good challenges, my sister, because kalafe kunganda. For example, in napera 19,600 abana kalafe kunganda. So bukabwalala nga bwalifula ama junkies nga balifula mu musebo, but we have said ababana baleke ne babwekere ku school n'ababwekera ku school, and the future of this country now is guaranteed. Kweba ati natukwata abaana abalesambirira abakalapanga ama decision yabo mu kyalo kyabo bwino. Kabiri, they will be responsible citizens.
Okay, so it's a good thing that we have a very good number of pupils who are now enrolled in school. But looking at the number of the number in classes, don't you think you are overworking the teachers? The pupil teacher ratio is kind of compromising the quality of education.
No, that one I can say in Kitwe we are very, very okay. Even
there's pupil teacher ratio.
No, that one. No. When you go to a school where you have more learners in a class, maybe about 120, 130, that I cannot dispute that. That is what is on the ground. But you find 2 teachers.
Okay.
So the time when we complete our project, we'll split the class, and each teacher will go with the learners. So the teacher pupil ratio in Kitwe is not bad. It is okay, and we are safe. We are 90% safe. But I've told you that it's a process. The Rome was not built in one day, and if there's a ministry where government has injected a lot of money, it is the Ministry of Education. Okay. We are on course. We are building almost every day, my dear, to add space to the old existing schools And I'm sure you are aware that we're also putting up 2 full-fledged secondary schools, one in Kafiwe Park, and the other one is being built in Kitwe West. And we want our children to learn in an environment that is conducive.
Okay, time is saying we concludes the program, but just one last question. There's a rumor, there's information on the ground that some pupils who are enrolled, number yali kulu, the overwhelming number, it has reduced due to overcrowding of classes. Pupils are now staying back home because there are no desks in classes. Do we have a reduction now, or do we have a situation where the number of pupils in classes are reducing?
That is not. It's a rumor, and I like it the way you've come out. That
Mhm.
it is a rumor.
Okay, is this coming from pupils?
Okay,
That's why I said it's a rumor, because it's coming from pupils. They're saying they are now reducing in classes.
I like it because you've said it. It is a rumor.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't got that challenge where learners have reduced. Moreover, we have more. Right now, if you walk with me to my office, there's a crowd of parents looking for places for their children. So the issue of desks, maybe allow me just in a minute to say something on the issue of desks. When we opened schools in 2024,
Mm-hmm.
we had a shortfall for 19,800 desks. We needed about 19,800 desks.
Mm-hmm.
So the TC called for a meeting with ourselves, the Minister of Education. Debs, what should we do? So I said, okay, boss, let's look at the issue of desk. So we collected information from our schools
Mm-hmm.
and gave the information to the council so that the council is aware of how many desks are needed at a particular school. We have reduced. The council alone has delivered over 10,000 desks in Kitwe district.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a project called the Seat a Child at Kitwe Boy. We've also given out over 6,000 desks in our schools. So we are on course and we are doing very well. Very, very, very well.
Okay. Well, time is not with us. We're looking forward to having more time to discuss this issue. Well, your last words to the people as we wrap up the program.
There are 3 things that I want to appeal to our parents. Number 1, bring the children to school. We have enough space. And when you bring that child to school, that's when we are going to know where we should build another school and where we should add more classroom space. Number 2, the children that failed grade 7, please bring them back. Baleteni ku school. We have a period when we are supposed to enter them for exams. By 28th of February, the system is closed. Automatically, the system closes, and meaning the child will not write an exam at grade 7. Number 3, bali abaana abalembere grade 9 external, please baleeteni bwangu ku office. You can walk to the nearest school where you can find a place for the child. I think the last one, those that have not done very well at grade 12, the system is open up to 28th of February. So abaana nga tebapashire bwino pa grade 12 mukwayi baleeteni bwangu so that we can enter them. I want to appreciate all the stakeholders, including yourselves, Radio Chengelo, the Kitwe City Council, the PTA committees, and all that have worked with us to make sure that we implement and give quality education to our children.
Thank you so much. Our listeners, this is where we end our social chatter. Till next Tuesday, same time, same frequency. I've been your host, presenter, Mary Sumlenga. Goodbye and stay glued to your FM.